How do I execute inserts and updates in an Alembic upgrade script? I need to alter data during an Alembic upgrade. I currently have a players table in a first revision. I want to introduce a teams table. I've created a second revision. I would like the second migration to also add the following data. Populate teams table. Update players.team_id based on players.team name. How do I execute inserts and updates inside the upgrade script?
What you are asking for is a data migration, as opposed to the schema migration that is most prevalent in the Alembic docs. This answer assumes you are using declarative, as opposed to class mapper table or core, to define your models. It should be relatively straightforward to adapt this to the other forms. Note that Alembic provides some basic data functions, op.bulk_insert and op.execute. If the operations are fairly minimal, use those. If the migration requires relationships or other complex interactions, I prefer to use the full power of models and sessions as described below. The following is an example migration script that sets up some declarative models that will be used to manipulate data in a session. The key points are: define the basic models you need, with the columns you'll need. You don't need every column, just the primary key and the ones you'll be using. Within the upgrade function, use op.get_bind to get the current connection and make a session with it. Or use bind.execute to use sqlalchemy's lower level to write SQL queries directly. This is useful for simple migrations. Use the models and session as you normally would in your application. The migration defines separate models because the models in your code represent the current state of the database, while the migrations represent steps along the way. Your database might be in any state along that path, so the models might not sync up with the database yet. Unless you're very careful, using the real models directly will cause problems with missing columns, invalid data, etc. It's clearer to explicitly state exactly what columns and models you will use in the migration.
I recommend using sqlalchemy core statements using an ad hoc table, as detailed in the official documentation, because it allows the use of agnostic SQL and Pythonic writing, and is also self-contained. sqlalchemy core is the best of both worlds for migration scripts. Here is an example of the concept.
You can also use direct SQLC, Alembic operation reference, as in the following example.